be a freebie. Broken records, broken backboards. Broke the records for broken backboards. I'm that raw. Turks and Caicos with a bad. She don't swipe through my phone. She get distracted with the black cards. Cars jingle like the bells in a holiday song. Raise my kids and they proud of their home. Stock portfolio as thick as a Harry Potter novel. And my rings got philosopher stones. It's Diesel.
Shut him up, God. Okay, well, I don't even know if there's really a purpose of paying everyone for this, so I'm probably not gonna do it. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna show everybody their rosters. I'll go a little slower than that so everybody can see their cap and stuff. Take me about 15 minutes probably. This is during player progression, so you'll see how much your players have improved over the last however long. And like Jimmer, for example, he says he's gotten a lot better than he really did, because when I downloaded him off of like Community Creations, he was like a 61 or something, and so I upped him to the height of the other NBA players. There'll be a couple guys like that, like Bledsoe and Whiteside, guys that I downloaded offline, and they were like really low overall, so I upped them. I mean, I guess you guys really don't need to see the Bucks cap. Bulls, you need to see the cap. And you might notice some players on your team that you didn't necessarily sign, but I had to put everyone on CPU like signings and stuff because a lot of people didn't have enough to fill their teams out. So if you ever notice somebody on your team that's not there and you just don't want them, you can cut them. But I figured it didn't hurt anything to have everybody get their teams all filled out. I think I've got like COVID or something, bro. Sucks. Celtics dynasty starting to decline, except for Rondo, but everybody else on their way out. This Clippers team will be a sneaky team here. A lot of guys improving. Like Bledsoe, see, I downloaded him offline, and when I downloaded him, he was like a 66 overall, so I just made him usable for his rookie season. They get a deep bench, pretty deep bench, I'll say, and really good starting lineup here. It's a good group with some depth that is young. We'll see how a young, inexperienced team can do. Grizzlies are going to be night and day. I've gotten an A, replacing the role that Zach Randolph had. Drafted young Kyrie. Pretty good from the Grizzlies. And nobody needs to see the cap on this team because it's a fake team, so I'm just going to show the overalls. You can pause anywhere you want if you want to trade with this team. Chill. What the world? Hopefully I'm not getting robbed or anything. I'm dog sitting my aunts right now. Just a bang. Hey, Fern, come here. Hey, come here. It's alright. Chill, dog. You get freaked out, don't you? Oh my god, she on the run again. She pacing. Alright, it's going outside. Alright, let's go. You wanna go see it? Go sick 'em. There's a robber out there. You better maul him or something. I don't know what exactly your plan of attack is here. Go. Go get him. Yep. Well, there they went. I don't know if I'm going the right way right now or not, so I'll go back up as well. They have a pretty good little squad, maybe. They got a good star player, 2 good second options, so it'll be a playoff team, maybe. Jazz are gonna be alright. I think it might be time for them to ship off these two, go rebuild, maybe Dunleavy as well. I think it'd be beneficial for them to consider a full rebuild and get some value out of these guys while you can. Like Booz and Darren Williams, those are still high value trade targets. Kings look phenomenal. A lot of green there. A lot of green. Okay, so Hassan Whiteside got 23 better, which means he was like a 56 when I found him. So I upped him a good bit. But he did have a big offseason as far as progression. Boogie Cousins got a lot better, which is going to be big for them. They're very deep. I think they're about a year out from some serious contention. But I don't know. They do have a really deep bench already. I mean, we'll see a lot of second quarter runs out of this team. You know, a lot of teams are going to put the reserves in and get waxed by those guys. Knicks looked competitive last year. And they make any big signings? No, he was here last year. Jason Richardson was a big signing for the Knicks, so good on them. Bring in a new starting shooting guard because they were going to have to start the rookie C.J. Bradley, but Jason Richardson coming in there that's a game changer for them. Gives them a pretty well-rounded starting squad. They don't have a good big. They're going to be starting Ronnie Turiaf. Gallinari, I guess, could play the power forward if it's Stoudemire. I don't know that he could play center. He's not big enough. But I don't know if Ronnie Turiaf's the same size, so something for the Knicks to consider for sure. And here's a declining dynasty. They probably still have a year left to compete, I would say, unless they make some moves and put some other guys around them. But I don't even know if I want to say a year. They've just got such a good top two that they can go with anybody. But at the same time, outside of that big two they've got, they don't really have anybody to help because of their age. A lot of green for this squad. This team's got a bright future now. Gortat's getting better. Redick's getting better. Vince Carter got better, and he's 34. So things are going right in Orlando. Good draft pick in Alec Burks. Seem to be doing well. Dirk and the Mavs. Another declining dynasty. How much longer are they going to have Jason Kidd? How much longer are they going to have Jason Terry? They're going to have to compete this season if they want to compete. I don't see them trading Dirk or anything, but I mean, they don't really have a lot of time left to be competitive with him. Some good green for the Nets here. Kind of a quiet team. I expect them to have some high picks again next year. They're not just awful, not good. You get Quinn Rose here. They might end up having to start for them at the small forwarders now. They do have Morris as well. You don't really need to see their cap because they're not a real team. Phillips takes a big hit. Melo took a hit, but I don't even think that matters because I think it's just morale or something. Or fatigue, I think is what it is. Phillips is not good. Yeah, because Melo's playmaking went up, so he's getting better still. He's just fatigued right now. Phillips, I mean, I don't know that anyone will trade for him unless it's just a desperate team that thinks that he's their last piece that's willing to go all in on a championship. Got some other good pieces. Not really. They need to flip some of these old guys or just rebuild. Flip Melo. I don't know what they need to do. It'd be interesting to see them put a package together for Melo and Chauncey Billups. Not that I'm saying they should. I mean, they've got some good serviceable years on a Melo. They've got Ty Lawson. That could be a good franchise point guard for them. Chris Kamen's got some decent years left in him. He's not declining yet. And you can keep your older, bench players together. Paolo's pretty young. But as far as your, Melo, your number one guy, and Billups is your two. I mean, you're losing some people, and they already lost Nene. So I don't know. I don't think we see this team have the dominant season they did last year. This is a team that's going to be on the uphill trend for sure. Paul George is taking a big leap between seasons to finally be the star that they need. Roy Hibbert's taking a big jump. Rudy Gay, Darren Collison. Danny Granger already on the way down. So unfortunate that his career is ending so soon. Thaddeus Young was a good signing for them, though, to mix in with Danny Granger. That'll give them an actual, big to play down there, so that's good for them. They'll have a legitimate power forward instead of having to play Danny Granger down there, or Rudy Gay, or whoever they decide to play. OJ Mayo back here as well, gonna be a good developmental piece for them, I think. Now that he's in Indiana, not gonna get addicted to codeine. Jeff Green, that's a guy they signed in free agency. He'll be a good signing for them. They do have a lot of power forwards. I think that they should consider trading power forward, whether that be Danny or that. I mean, they've got some young power forwards too. I mean, they've got guys you can get value out of. Maybe move one of them to center. Holy, they do have. Oh, none of them are really big. So I don't know what you could really do there. They need to do something. They have one center rostered, so I'd say trade a power forward for a center maybe. And also a backup point guard, because you don't have a backup point guard. You have a lot of small forward, power forward. And one of your power forwards is really a small forward. One of your shooting guards is really a small forward. So a lot of forwards on that squad. And I flipped to the Bobcats on accident. I knew something wasn't right. Sorry, guys. Greg Monroe, 21-year-old. Charlie Venut. Make me uncomfortable. Rip, getting old. Matt Barnes. Ben Gordon. They're not very good. Which makes sense historically. They were not very good in real life ever. DeRozan took a big leap. Randolph took a step down, which is a shame that he's already declining because they put him on a massive contract. So, sucks for Raptors fans and the Raptors themselves. You have to have him assassinated. This is an AI team, so I'm just going to show you what they got. Rockets also an AI team. And there's a lot of green down there, but not enough up top. I don't know. They were an 8 seed last year, but I think there's a lot of teams. I think Sacramento's on the way up after them. Portland was ahead of them already. New Orleans, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of teams that are going to overtake them. I do not see them making the playoffs because they didn't improve very much at all. Falling Dynasty Hill is the only real thing they got. Yeah, not very good. And I guess I can show you everything if you want to trade with them. But Phoenix got lucky. Somehow Steve Nash didn't increase. Dragic took a major step up in the offseason. I'm almost ready for Steve Nash to retire and pass the torch. Because I don't know what they're going to do with Kimba, Dragic, and Nash. I really have no idea how they'll handle that situation. They do have Tracy McGrady down here as well. Old McGrady. Tito. Oh, wow. How is he on a roster? He has to be the GM's cousin or something. Nephew. God, this team is like a title favorite immediately. Look at the jump that James Harden made. This team is going to be a major problem. At least they're starting Kenyon Martin at power forward. There's their weakness. And they're not like deep, but they also aren't. Their bench isn't bad. I don't think they're going to get beat because their bench is bad. And that they've just got so much star power. I think they're going to give a lot of teams trouble. It's really just going to be, can they keep them together? Can they afford to pay Serge, James Harden, and Westbrook what they want? I do think there's a world where they bring back Serge and Westbrook, or Serge and Harden. However, I do not think that they will ever be able to pay all of them. What do I know? Let's go look through their roster. a real person's team that I really want to skip because they're kind of on autopilot. There's the Blazers. Roy is up 3. Good for him. Aldridge is up. Monta Ellis is up. They got a lot of guys in green here. This is a solid squad in the West. I mean, this could be a... I don't know. I think that a lot of the teams at the top of the West, they're just a weird conference right now because there's a lot of teams on the come up, and you think the Clippers, Kings, Blazers. There's somebody else I'm forgetting, and then all the teams at the top are like on their downfall, like the Mavericks, Lakers, Mavericks, Lakers, Nuggets, Spurs. So yeah, it's kind of a weird changing of the tides right now because I think they're all kind of at an even spot. Like these guys aren't developed enough just to be flat out better. There's the Warriors as well. That Curry's going to be unreal. They don't really have. They're going to have to fill out that roster for sure because they don't really have anybody on the roster. So they're going to free agency is going to be their friend. The Wizards took a big jump there with the signing of Nick Young. Did they re-sign him? Yeah. Pretty young team. Pretty solid young team, I would say. They get Vucevic on his way up now. So, they're pretty good. And I think that's everybody, yeah. So, shout out to you guys. We're going to go ahead and sim the next season, but there's your rosters. If you want to make trades or anything. Yeah, I'm excited for this season because, like I said, I think it's not necessarily in the East as much as in the West. The West is going to be a changing of the tides because, I mean, there's just a lot of teams on the way down, and those teams on the way down like aren't gone yet. You know, they aren't completely done, but the teams that are on the come up are also going to give them some trouble. So, I'm interested to see what kind of standings we have in the West after this. I'll show upcoming free agents too for anyone that made it to the end of the video. Where do I go to see that? I don't know where I go to see that. Alright, you guys are dumb. I'm leaving. Silly guys.